haven't you noticed that when you try to change the external circumstances, it's different faces in different places, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing because your vibrational frequency didn't shift. So when you make effort from outside the vortex, all it does is practice that vibration more and bring you more of that. Now, the good news in that is that more of what you don't want puts more in your vortex. But friends, your vortexes have enough in them to keep you happy for 20 or 30 lifetimes. You can't just stand in a place and you have no choice. When it's not there, it's not there. And it's not coming until you feel differently. And so what we want you to understand is that you've got two choices. You can be without something you want and feel horrible, or you can be without something you want and feel fine about it. And that sort of twists your brain into a knot, doesn't it? Because most people are so used to just responding to what is. Something good happens, you're happy. Something bad happens, you're not happy. But then you're in that uncomfortable and impossible situation of controlling uncontrollable conditions. You cannot control the wars in Afghanistan. You cannot control what's going on weather-wise. You cannot control the economic climate. You cannot control what's going on globally. You can't control what's going on in your neighborhood. You can't control what's going on in your house. You cannot control what's going on with the person you live with. You can't control it, you see. But you are responding to it. So what we want you to do is to contemplate, am I responding to the world from outside the vortex or inside the vortex? Am I problem-oriented in my response, or am I solution-oriented in my response? So that's why when you say, oh, you said the best thing that anybody ever says, I just want to be happy. I want to be happy. I want to feel good. Sure, I want money, but what I really want is to be happy. You can do that now. You can do that now because you can be without something you want and still be happy. Because you don't have to focus upon that missing thing that's making you unhappy. You can focus upon something that makes you happy. You see what we're getting at? There's always something to focus upon that makes you happy. Now, that's not easy to hear when you're not happy, because when you're not happy, it doesn't feel like there's anything in the world that would make you feel happy. But we want to say to all of you, you are at one time or another in the vortex at least once every single day. In other words, something happens because you cannot, we love you very much, you do not have the mental capacity, we love you very much, to focus consistently, we love you very much, on anything long enough, we love you very much, to hold yourself 100% of the time outside the vortex. You don't have that kind of brain power. You don't. You're fickle and frivolous, and you go where the wind blows. And we just want you to realize that the vortex takes you in, and if you would, once the vortex takes you in, if you would milk it, if you would say, oh, what's that? What is that? What's this feeling? Ooh, I think I feel good. I think I feel good, and what is it about? If you will focus on what it is about, in time, your problem-oriented nature will begin to recede, and your solution-oriented nature will begin to improve or to dominate, until you will reach this place in a very short period of time where your opening might be something more like, well, I still don't have the money, but I'm really, really happy. I'm really, really happy. And once you're making a statement like that, the money, the relationships, everything else that you want is on its way. It's on its way. It's percolating right now. It's already a vibrational reality. And in your happiness, this is the thing we want you to hear. In your happiness, in your more consistent happiness, in your occasional to more often to consistently, chronically happiness, you have the in the vortex sight. We are happy that you began this way with your desire to be happy. And we are happy to announce to you that you can be happy now, regardless of what's manifesting. And if you really heard that, and we know you did, then you'll be able to maintain that feeling of happiness more just by practicing. We know that everything that everyone wants, no matter what it is, a relationship or a pile of money or anything, the reason they want it is because they believe they will be happier in having it. And the reason that that's amusing to us, we love you all so much, but it is amusing to us, is that we know that it is only finding that happy place that is necessary to release the resistance, which then would allow everything that you've requested in. But people don't believe that. They don't believe that they can just be happy and good things will come. But it's because almost no one focuses in a consistent way on things that allow you a chronic, steady feeling of well-being and happiness, you see. So you're sort of in fits and starts. Sometimes you feel better than others, but you are, we love you very much, problem-oriented. And maybe another way of saying that, rather than problem-oriented, is reality-oriented. You are what is oriented. So let's start with where you began. What you virtually said to us is, I'm standing in a financial or fiscal place that is much less than that which I really want. And yet it has almost your undivided attention. So you can't help but perpetuate what is. So then along we come. We're so cocky and sassy, and we don't have any rent to pay. And we talk about this vibrational reality, and all you have to do is get happy when you've got this reality that you feel like you have to face. And we say, that's the problem. So much scrutiny and attention and facing of reality lets what is train your frequency, where we want you to allow the vortex to train your frequency. But before the vortex can train your frequency, you got to get in the vortex. You got to know what it feels like when you're in there, and you got to milk it while you are in there, which means, and it's so funny, isn't it? Which means you got to just be happy. You got to be happy. And if you can be happy over anything that you can discover to be happy about, and if you can sustain that happiness, now the vortex is training your frequency upward, 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 and now the problems or the absence of the money is a vibrational anomaly to where you consistently are. But most people are infrequently here and frequently at a much lower vibration because you watch television. We really are not wanting you to withdraw from the world completely. But it would be nice if you could withdraw from the world every day for 15 minutes through the process of quieting your mind. And in withdrawing from the active vibration and in that absence of resistance, when you meditate, you stop thought. When you stop thought, you stop resistant thought. When there's no resistant thought, your vibration naturally raises. So as your vibration naturally raises and you feel the sort of detachment that comes with that, eventually your frequency will gravitate more easily to that. Your vibration is where you last left it, you see. So when you meditate, you raise your vibration, and then you go back to your email, and the problem trains your vibrational frequency. And then you meditate, and your vibration goes back to where it belongs, and then you read a troubling email, and you train yourself back. But eventually, because this vortex truly is so much more dominant, eventually, as you allow the vortex to train your frequency to that higher, non-resistant place, what happens is then you begin to read those emails from a different vantage point. You begin to read them through the eyes of source. You begin to read them from the solution standpoint, not from the problem standpoint. And when you're looking at a problem from a position of clarity and stability, it doesn't look like a problem. It looks like a challenge. It looks like an opportunity. It looks like a fun reason to focus, you see. Can you grasp the idea of being without something that you want and feeling all right? You got to grasp that idea, because you don't have any when you're standing without something that you want, you can't just demand it. You've tried that. You can't just demand it. You can't plead enough. You can't demand enough. You can't make something that you want to come just because you're throwing a fit. You just can't do it. We're pleased with that conversation that we just had. It was a vibrationally moving experience, wasn't it? Aren't you clearer about everything now? Do you feel more determined to feel good? Yes. And in that greater determination to feel good, does that mean you feel more determined to focus? What does that mean? You feel more determined to chill. You feel more determined to ease up. You feel more determined to let the good percolate and become more. In other words, it's not an effort thing. This is the thing that we really want to amplify here on the heels of this conversation, because what we did not just say to you is you need to get in the vortex, and you need to focus on being in the vortex, and you need to make sure that you're in the vortex, and you need to watch your thoughts, and you need to monitor your thoughts, and you need to, because that's all efforting stuff, isn't it? And that isn't what we said. What we want you to do is to realize that the vortex is there and that it is calling you and that it's easy to get in it and something will take you in every day. And when it does, just enjoy it and don't make it an effort thing. It's what a lot of people were talking about when they were talking about surrendering. It's letting go of the struggle and allowing the well-being that is dominant to raise your vibration.